Forex trading is very easy. The hard part is one, knowing when to look for buys or sells. Well, worry less about that one. As a member of this community, you get to get that for free. I come on here week in, week out to tell you my buy zones and my sell zones. All right. Number two, lack of patience. Many newbies lack patience. By patience, I mean waiting for price to come to your area of interest before executing a trade. Now, newbies react to every price spikes they see on the lower time frame chart, and that is a recipe for disaster. If you ask me, you end up blowing your account, because when you see a bullish engulfing candle you decide to buy, then the next candlestick you see is a bearish candle, then you want to sell. Confusion everywhere. You don't want to be trading like that. That is how you get to do or blow your account. All right, you don't react to every price spikes you see in the market. You have to have a trade plan, and you have to wait for price to come to you. All right, what happens if price doesn't come to your area of interest before moving to the direction you already have in mind? The answer is simple. You let it go. Guys, you have to let the price go. If price doesn't come to the area that you are waiting for it to buy, you let it go and look for another opportunity after that. Of course, I understand that you need to adapt, right? Going forward in trading, you don't have to be rigid. You have to be flexible, all right? You have to make decisions in split seconds sometimes, all right, in a very fast market and all that. But regardless, with experience, you know what you should be looking for. But when you're expecting price to come to a certain area and it's not there yet, maybe that certain area will give you a better risk to reward ratio, to give you a better zone to do or hide your stop loss, to place your stop loss. And let's say the price just decides to reverse in the middle of nowhere and there's no proper structure for you to do or place your stop loss. Guys, just let it go. All right, it's better to not place a trade at all than to place a trade and do what? Lose the trade. And that's why I like to use this slogan: keep it simple. All right, let it go. Know exactly what you are looking for in the market and execute when it plays out as you expected, right? Patience is key in the forex market. Patience is key. There are times where I don't get to place trade for a whole week. Sometimes it goes beyond a week, but I don't panic because I'm not getting what I want. And when I'm not trading, I am not losing money. All right, and when you force trades, that is when you lose money. Anyways, that said, let's dive into why we are here today, which is what? Looking for high probability trade setups for next week. All right, but by the way, I need to, those that watched this video last week, I want to congratulate you guys, because I believe you must have made significant amount of money, because our trade course played out perfectly as usual. Go to our previous videos, you can see the numbers don't lie. All right, so I'm not just saying stuff, I have proof. So you can go and watch our previous video and see firsthand what I'm talking about. All right, but enough of all that. Let's dive into the business of the hour. All right, firstly, I'm going to start with the dollar index, since I trade mostly what? The majors. The dollar index, starting from the monthly time frame, is still, we are still having similar breakdown like I did last week. All right, we are still in a bullish trend. Obviously, we have only one day left to trade for the month, which is Monday. And now on this monthly candle, this current month is printing a bearish candle stick, right? So which means we had more of what? Bearish price action. Let's go to the weekly time frame and see what's happening on the weekly time frame. On the weekly time frame, if you look at the past 5 candlesticks, 1 2 3 4 5, we can see that we're having more bearish price action than bullish. Okay, we are having more bearish price action than bullish. And if you look at the size of the bearish candles, they are huge, so it's showing momentum. All right, and if you look at the weekly candles, from the 2 weekly candles within these 5 weekly candles, you see they are kind of small, and that shows weakness on the part of the buyers. So are we in for a potential reversal before we continue the upward push? Let's go to the lower time frame to find out. Let's go to the daily time frame. On the daily time frame, just like I pinpointed last week, we are creating something like a double top pattern, but we are yet to break below the neckline. However, we've created a lower low. If you look here, let me highlight the area I'm talking about. If you look here, we've created a lower low. So what we want to see now is to create create a lower high, all right, around this area for price to do or keep pushing to the downside. Let's go to the 4-hour time frame. Let's dive deeper and see more recent price action. As it stands now, I can say, okay, we are still stuck in a range until maybe we break out of this previous structure that price is reacting to currently. If you look here, price bounced off here. Why? Because price has used that area before around here, here, and here. And if I even go further left, you will see I can extend it to this zone here, right? So that's why price reacted to this place. So is this a temporal pullback? Let's go to the 1-hour time frame. On the 1-hour time frame, we have a more open chart on the 1-hour time frame, and as you can see, I drew something like a bearish flag pattern. All right, but I would have loved to see price come into this 50% retracement level, or at least into this 61% retracement level before collapsing. But as it stands, we are breaking below this trend line, so there's every possibility that we'll keep pushing to the downside come Monday, or should I say Sunday night for we that are in Nigeria or in West Africa. All right, anyways, I won't be surprised. However, I want you to be careful of this. I won't be surprised to see price come into this zone, come back into this zone before pushing downward, or into this zone before pushing downward. But however, regardless, I'm expecting a reversal from around here. Now that we've seen signs of dollar index pushing downward, that will only mean what? Weakness for the US dollar. So which means every pair paired with the US dollar is going to be what? Stronger, or most of the pairs that, now that we've established that it looks like US dollar is going to continue its decline, let's go and look at some USD pairs, shall we? While I was editing, I spotted this, so I just want to call your attention to it, guys. So price has rejected this zone before, has attempted it to here, so this might be a retest to keep pushing into our zone in the upper region before we start pushing downward. However, if we break below and get a retest, then I will expect the dollar index to keep falling to the downside. All right, so watch out for this zone. We may either see this before we may either see a retest here, go into our initial zone where I actually was expecting a reversal from, or we can break below and push downward. Let's look at the Euro USD starting from the monthly time frame. If you look at the current zone where price is at the moment, you can see that it has been tested multiple times before. 1, 2, 3, 4, and now we are back to the level. All right, and of course we are getting a reaction. As you can see, like I said, we have only one trading day left for the month to come to an end, and now we are seeing bullish price action on the Euro USD. Let's go to the weekly time frame. On the weekly time frame, just like the dollar index, we have 5 weeks of bullish price action. In the dollar index, we had 5 weeks of bearish price action, which shows weakness in the US dollar. So of course, that's what is reflected here. Euro is gaining strength against the US dollar, and if you look at the candles of the bearish price action, you can see they are very, very small, while the bullish candles are bigger, right? Let's go to the daily time frame. On the daily time frame, we've broken above a descending trend line that has held for a long time. All right, so this looks like a reversal around here. Why? Because typically market structure, if you don't understand how I determine a trend change, just go and watch this video up there. Watch the first 5 minutes of the video to see how I determine possible change in trends. Now we've created a new higher high here, breaking above this previous high, and we failed to create a new lower low. Instead, we created a higher low, and now we have a higher high. All right, so I'm expecting price to test this trend line before continuing upward. However, we got something like a doji at an interesting zone that has been tested multiple times before. All right, so we can wake up on Monday or on Sunday and see price continue pushing higher from here. But I would love to see price come into this trend line before pushing higher. Let's go to the 4-hour time frame. I want to show you how to take advantage of this trade. All right, so if you look at this looks like a head and shoulders pattern. Sorry, inverse head and shoulders pattern. I know many will argue that it's not a proper inverse head and shoulder, but whichever way you like to see it is fine. But the bottom line is we are creating higher lows here, and now we've created a new higher high, right? And I'm expecting price, I'm hoping that price is going to come into this level that has been tested multiple times. Looking left, it has been tested here, it has been tested here, it has been tested here, here, even here, right? So I'm expecting price to come back into it and retest it, which is going to confluence with the what? The trend line, the broken trend line. So it will give us a typical break and retest of the what? Trend line. All right, if you understand trend line trading strategy. So it's going to confluence, and again there's another confluence. Let me pull up my Fibonacci retracement level and drag it upward like this. Now if price should come and retest this zone that has been tested multiple times, looking left, is going to give us a confluence with the broken daily trend line and also the 50% retracement level. All right, so with all this aligning perfectly, I won't even hesitate if I start seeing buying pressure to do what? To buy the Euro USD. However, you know, I said price might decide to do what? Turn from this level. Why? Because if you look at this area, it's also an interesting area. All right, if I put this here, you'll see, right, price has tested here before, price poked out here, price reacted here before, now it's reacting there. So now how do we take advantage of this if we are to continue going higher? All right, actually, first of all, one price to come here, but if we fail to see that, I will go to even this lesser time frame that I usually don't use all the time. Then what I will do to be sure that this market is committed to turn from this current price area, I would like to see price create a new higher high here, breaking out of this trend line, creating a new higher high, because price can come into this support here and then push back down into that our area of interest that I just pointed out to you on the higher time frame. But however, if price is committed to keep pushing higher from this current area, then I would like to see it create a new higher high on the 15 minutes time frame, break above this support, then retest it and continue. Then if I see buying pressure, I'm going to buy. I've spent enough time on Euro USD. Let's go to US 30. So guys, I forgot to mention something earlier. Now, for now, I'm looking for buying opportunities on the euro dollar, right? But before I will consider selling the euro dollar, I'll be expecting price to break below this trend line before I consider selling the euro dollar. All right, but for now, my bias remains bullish considering the higher highs and the higher lows. Okay, so until we break below this trend line before I consider was selling the euro dollar. Let's get back to the video, guys. On US 30, US 30 is approaching my take profits area. I called this on the Telegram group. I didn't call it in the video I posted last week, but I called it on the Telegram group and it has played out perfectly. All right, so now what will we be expecting next? Meanwhile, while as the market reacted so significantly at this region, is because price has used it as an interesting area looking left. All right, price rejected here tremendously in the past, broke above it, came back to give us some kind of a retest, then pushed price higher. Now price trickled down into that level again and now we've bounced off. Now are we going to continue bullish? I don't know yet. The only time I'll be able to know for sure if we are going bullish is when we break above this current market structure. Like I said, if you don't understand how I determine my change in trend, go and look at that video or let me tag it here again. Look at this video, it's going to be in the description. Watch the first 5 minutes of the video to understand how I determine a change or shift in trend. Now, for us to confirm that this price US 30 is willing to keep pushing higher, then I would like to see us break above this market structure. All right, then if we break above it, then we'll get some kind of a retest. I'll start looking for buying pressure to do what? Buy into the US 30. All right, but for now, no trade on gold. Meanwhile, I announced in the group that you guys should, in the Telegram channel, rather announce in the Telegram channel that you guys should give me what you tell me what you would like me to look at. So some members dropped their request. One requested I analyze gold. Now looking at gold for the past how many weeks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. For the past 1 month and 2 weeks, gold has been moving sideways. So that's why we have to be careful around gold. And we are still trading, gold is still trading below this trend line, just like I pinpointed last week. That provided we are still below this trend line, we are still in an overall bearish trend until we break above this high here. Then before we can start, I will start looking for sure buys. Let me put it that way. However, I called buy on gold last week and we caught some pips on it last week. But anyways, let's go to the 4-hour time frame and look for immediate trading opportunities. Last week we made profit from this area to this area, and price has been falling since then. Now it is reacting to this previous structure that price bounced off from previously, and we had something like a doji when price came back into that level, which signifies indecision that price can keep falling to the downside, or we might push up from this level and come to this zone that I've already marked out before as our overall our first target level. Sorry, let me do that again. This has been my overall target level before I see a reversal. All right, so if price keeps pushing there, if I see bullish pressure, I'm going to buy to this level. But how can I buy? How do I know that it's safe for me to do or buy gold now? Because if you look at the weekly and the daily time frame, all we saw there was what? Bearish price action for last week. Now let's go to the 1-hour time frame to see if there's, okay, I'm not seeing any opportunity or any entry zone for me here. Guys, I won't even lie to you, I'm not seeing any entry zone aside the fact that it is bouncing off the 0.6 Fibonacci retracement level. I'm not seeing any entry reason to buy gold yet. All right, I'm not seeing any entry reason to buy gold yet. So which means I'll go back to the daily time frame. If gold is committed to what? To selling, I would like to see gold come. I will not do anything within here. I will not sell within here yet until I see gold do what? Come and break below this level, right? Then I start looking for selling opportunities to the downside. Why am I going to wait for it to break below this level before looking for selling opportunities? Because when price bounced off here, coming back into that zone, we failed to create a new lower low. So that shows to me some kind of exhaustion from sellers. All right, so we might be in for a temporary buy to the upside. But looking at the daily and the weekly bearish candlesticks, I'm kind of indecisive on gold for now. But if anything changes within the week, I'm going to drop updates in the Telegram group. So that's why you need to join the Telegram group if you've not done so already. The next on my list is AUD/USD. So using top-down analysis, let's look at AUD/USD. AUD/USD has reacted tremendously or significantly from this zone before. We came back into that zone around here and price bounced off, and now we are back into that zone and we are beginning to see bullish price action on the monthly time frame. But there's no much momentum on this candlestick, so let's go to the smaller time frames and see what we've got. Last 2 weeks closed with a bullish engulfing candle, and in the next week, which was last week, also we experienced some bullish price action. Considering the color of the candlestick, you can easily tell. All right, but however, the last 2 days of last week gave us some kind of bearish move to the downside, which is Thursday and Friday, right? Let's go to 4-hour time frame where we start looking for entry reasons. All right, if you look at this chart pattern, I don't use this chart pattern quite often, however it is a chart pattern anyway. It looks like a cup with a handle, right? And this is a bullish continuation chart pattern. All right, as you can see, this is the handle and this looks like the cup. looking at this chart and considering the fact that we had 2 days of bearish price action from last week, how do we trade this? I'm not seeing any clear entry at the moment on the 4-hour time frame. Yes, we have broken, before we broke below this support, we traded below it for a while, tested it I think like twice, but now we've broken above, came back into this zone that I highlighted here, came back into that zone, and now we've pushed back for something I'm trying to consider as a retest, but I'm not seeing any bullish momentum. We can as well fall down to the downside and keep pushing lower. However, considering the price action that is taking place on the dollar index, I'm still trying to look for buys on what against the USD. I'm trying to look for trades against the US. So I'll go to the 1 hour time frame. Now I'm just going to delete this so that you understand, so that I don't confuse you. So if I'm going to buy, if actually this whole zone from the 4-hour time frame, just like we saw on the 4-hour time frame, if this is a break and a retest, and price is committed to what, pushing higher, then I will like to buy after price must have what, broken above this counter trend line. All right, this is just a measure I put in place to do what, further confirm market commitment. So I'd like to see price break out, then be forward I buy to this place with my stop loss around here. All right, my stop loss, because I'm not seeing any entry reason why I should buy here. We can as well keep falling to the downside, but if market is sure that it wants to continue up, I would like to see it break above this zone. Start from the monthly time frame as usual, and I'm just going to zoom out quickly. This video is getting too lengthy already. Let me try to fast track everything. All right, so this is the monthly time frame, and according to TradingView, this is the very beginning. You've made your way. So this is where audio price action started from. All right, so we are looking at audio price action on the cable, which is the GBP USD. Price this is the lowest price has ever been to on this pair, and now this year we attempted that zone and price has bounced off significantly out of that zone. All right, now it is trading above this previous zone that market bounced off from before. So we traded below it, now we've bounced off, and now we are trading above that previous resistance. All right, so I'll be expecting price to come back into this zone on the monthly time frame, and if that happens, that's a significant move, right? However, let's go to a lower time frame to look for trading opportunities. This is the weekly time frame, and as you can tell, 1 2 3 4 5 in the last 5 weeks we've been seeing big bullish moves in the market. Right now, coming down to the daily time frame, we are trading below this daily counter trend line, which I pinpointed from last week. Price was around here and I predicted price to come into this zone. Now we are trading around that region. Now are we going to reject and fall to the downside? It's possible. There's nothing impossible in the market. You know, we need to think in probabilities, and we can as well also break above and trade into this level. But let's scale down to our entry time frames to look for potential trading opportunities. All right, so right now we are still trading below. This is the daily trend line right here. All right, so I'll be expecting price to come and retest this level before blasting our way to the upside. All right, however, if price actually wants to fall, if we are expecting a strong USD for next week and next month, then I will consider selling only after we've broken below this trend line. All right, that's when I'm going to sell. Then I'll take all of this as one big manipulation. All right, that is when I'm going to sell. I'm not going to sell within these two spaces. Within these spaces, I'm looking for buys. All right, I'll only start looking for sells when we break below here. All right, this one this is one pair I run away from. This is one pair I run away from there. Let's look into it. Let's dive into it. This is the monthly time frame. As usual, we start our analysis from the monthly time frame using market structure and of course price action. Right. So now this is Eurgbp, and as you can see, for how many months, this is one big heavy consolidation. I don't like trading this kind of market. All right, and if we look at more recent price action, price has pretty much been moving sideways. It's hard to swing this type of trade. As you can see, we've been moving sideways. However, let's go to the weekly time frame to see if there's any immediate tradable stuff. Looking at the weekly time frame, with what I am seeing, I think price will come into this trend line. All right, but let's go to the daily time frame to see. Why do I think price is going to come to that daily trend line here? That means we are going to keep selling into that trend line. Is because looking at this price action here, we are pretty much flat, and we've not been creating any form of higher highs in the process. As a matter of fact, the more recent price action I see here is a low. All right, of course here we trickled up a bit, like higher high, higher low, higher high. That is why I'm expecting price to come here. If we come back here, we might bounce off or break below, but for now I'm expecting price to sell into this level. But let's go to the lower time frame so that we can get a clearer picture of what we are talking about. Now this is the daily time frame. All right, so like I said, as you can see, we are creating highs, higher lows, right? And here we are creating lower lows. So I'm expecting a new lower low into the trend line here. But however, let's still go down to the 4-hour time frame where we start looking for entries. First of all, I'm going to zoom out. We've established from the higher time frame that we are trading into this trend line, right? So what do we start doing now? Start looking for zones where we can pull the trigger from. All right, so I'm just going to capture as many touches as possible. I'm going to do this. Alright, as you can see, we had a touch here. After price came down below, we had a touch here, pushed price down. Now we broke above, retested it, we went back up. Now we are trading in that zone. So now we have an area of interest, right? From the daily time frame perspective and the weekly, we are trading into this level. So what I'll be looking for on the Euro GBP is what? A break and retest of this zone to this level here. All right, this price level. All right, so for Euro GBP, I think it's safe to play bearish. All right, so I'm just going to stop this video here because it's getting too lengthy already. I'm going to drop the other analysis as charts or as images on the Telegram group. So if you are watching this video and you are not yet on the Telegram group, you may want to join the Telegram group. The link is going to be down below. All right, and please subscribe if you are new to this channel. Turn on the notification bell, like, share. All right, and don't also forget to join the Telegram group. Take it easy. I wish you a successful trading week, and bye guys.